Once again, this is with the true Nightwing difficulty, so this is basically not permadeath, but every result is permanent. We're going to have to accept anything that comes. So no restarting before rights, and also we have to use those Titan stars when we do stuff. We cannot ignore them, and yeah, that's how it goes. So Nest of Triesta, true Nightwing mode, let's go. So last time we beat the Pyre Hearts, I think, and now we're off to fight the. What are we fighting? We're fighting the Essence, aren't we? Yeah. Because I felt like we should knock down the Essence, like we did with the. Now, which ones did we actually combat last time? Oh, we went against the Withdrawn, not the Pyre Hearts. And we knocked them down a step, and then now we're planning on going against the Essence so that we can push up Fate. Because we can beat the Fate fairly easily. Essence might be a problem. Okay, and off we go. I technically have a GTX 760, but I don't really use it right now. Was fine when I last used it like a year ago. Okay. Belonging pool. Something of value, or Sir Gilman. So what is here? As you fly aloft over the area of Downside Prairie where your path diverged, you see Jodariel peering down at the lands below. You took us through to Hollow Route that first time, if memory serves, Rita. Taking sides with Greentail rather than me. It took me a considerable length of time after that point to come to the conclusion you were not a complete fool. Hey, watch it there, Jody! My chums here are a real discerning judge of character, and has good direction sense for that matter. They'd probably be all stuck in a bog still had he listened to you back then. Oh, indeed. They both seem to be in good spirits, reminiscing about the old times. And they both gain some hope, which is good, because hope is good. Let's trust Say on this occasion. You make a successful landing in the Downside Prairie near the southern edge of the Downside. Memories of having first met Headwind, Jodariel, and Rookie come flooding back. You now should have some time in the vicinity before continuing onward toward the Ridge of Gull by land. Beyond our Crystal 6, say, interesting. We should do this. What brings you to me this time, my dear Rita? I wish a scribe trial. Let's try to get as many of these as we can. Certainly, my Rita, you need but indicate who is to be my subject for this round. We only have one. Do we want the Righteous Flame? Or do we want to just play it safe with the Ashen Coal? Okay, well, let's just go with the righteous whatever. Ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials. I must admit, I do sense something from that one. I once had a wild heart myself, quite like her own. We shall see if there is more to her than that. Let us bring her forth. Soon Xei arrives in heat of the summons. The scribes! I think that if I listen carefully, that I can hear them calling out to me. Certainly you do, I guess. Okay, let's see. We have upgraded Xei quite a bit, so we should be able to do this unless something weird happens. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, girl. The place where you reside at present has but a single rule, which is, you answer to me here. Wow, okay, I will. Such naive enthusiasm, now be silent. It is plain to me that you have much to learn as yet about the rites, but you have learned something. I would see you prove it without the benefit of anyone save for your reader. Okay. Are you out there to help me with this, mister? Certainly I am, certainly I am. I'm going to try my best. Okay. And... oh, frick. Almost. Almost. I don't think we're going to... oh, never mind. That worked out just fine. Oh, no. Freaking... okay, you need to go right up. There we go. I forgot that the jumps were this ridiculous. Oh no! All right, because you guys jump. Oh, what a wonderful move that was. What a wonderful move. Oh, damn it. Oh. They played the aggressive game instead of the... oh, damn it. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. Oh. Yep, they can't catch up with that. But it's fine. Oh. Ooh. No, 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 no. Quite not liking that. Haha. Okay, how did I do? How did I do? I must admit that you did better than I expected, girl. You have passed the trial of yours. Some congratulations, yes. Some congratulations are in order. To you and also to your lovely reader. Now farewell. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, this game is pretty damn awesome. It's pretty much going to be my Game of the Year pick. Talking about which... I just received an interesting message from Hex today that I have once again been elected to be part of the Linux YouTuber Game of the Year awards thing. And yeah, basically my pick is going to be very obvious. I did all that, mister, because I hope I did... what? Did I imagine all of that, mister, because I hope I didn't. No worries, eh? You did well. Wow. What is it that you have there? Kaelmer's anklet. Ooh, a rank 20 legendary talisman. That's a weird effect. If the Xei casts her aura, it can bounce off of objects and solid surfaces. I have no idea how that's going to work out, but that's going to be super weird. But I don't think I'm going to cast that much. Because the thing about Xei is that Xei casts very slowly, at least comparatively. So it's more the jumping aspect that I like about Xei. Also, we have downberries. So that's the... actually, I should probably point this out a little bit more. So now, from now on, this thing is going to grow downberries all the time. So we're going to be able to pick them up for some extra monies at the at the Falkenron's market. Something about the lonesome lands of Blooming Pool gives Xei a strong intuition to explore the area. Together you set out to take a look. May I walk with you? There's so much here I haven't seen before. The floating crystal, I think it's just a floating crystal. It doesn't really obey the laws of physics. That's, I think, the only defining characteristic. I think I'm saying that wrong. Characteristic. There we go. Fixed it. I had to think about that for a second because my brain seems to be on slow mode today. There seems to be nothing in particular in the vicinity, but then Xei raises her voice. Oh! I sense the scribes! That they were here! That they were here! The object in question is lodged deep in the ground and bears the mark of the rites. You sense that you may be able to secure its contents, but the mystic wards will not be easy to undo. We're going to attempt to open it. No reason not to open it. Plus, I'm a reader. I should be able to do this. You focus all your mental faculties on the mystic words sealing the box's contents. Soon you are left exhausted, but the box's lid unfastens. Inside it is a talisman, placed there perhaps by one of your predecessors in the rites from ages past. Fairy Spirit. After Barrett banishes an adversary, spawn a moondrop which briefly grants infinite stamina. That might actually be good for... I don't know, but Hedwyn also has a talisman already. Do we have anyone else that really does well at dropping people? Rookie? Technically? Oh, hello. There's oh, Sir Gilman. And he's angry. Sir Gilman is fuming with anger over something, so much so that you're hesitant to approach him. But you approach him anyway. Exile is too light a sentence for this night. He notices you and seizes up. He begins acting rather nonchalant, as though his outburst did not just transpire. I suppose Gilman is not bad at it. Oh, greetings to you, noble Master Rita. What brings you to this night, this afternoon? Let's ask him if everything is alright. There's no reason to tell him to calm down because he seems to have done so already. You maintain a gentle tone with him and ask whether there is something he might wish to discuss. Sir Gilman perhaps could benefit from talking through his woes. He stands there for a time, silent and dejected, but then... Master Rita, this knight cannot escape the horrors of his past. It seems that you would hear them. Then, you have this knight's apologies ahead of time for burdening you further with his troubles. Having said that, here then are the troubles you requested. You are, of course, familiar with the siege of the Spiral Sanctum. For this night, the memory of it is like a wound which will not close. This knight stood there on the front lines whilst the Highwing remnants descended upon us. So furious was their assault that our chain of command was ruptured instantly. We of the Sea Dominion, we require orders to perform our duty. Without such orders, why, we surely made a very easy target there that eve. One by one, then two by two, they picked us off, becoming bolder, some of them shrieking with laughter all the while. This night, he saw his comrades cast aside like sea flies. How this knight survived, he does not know for certain, even now. Perhaps it was that he attempted to pursue and to detain his own knight commander, whom you met when you first met this knight. That cursed Sir Deluge. If not for his craven cowardice, the Spiral Sanctum, it might have held at least a while longer. But instead we were routed, rendered spineless both in form and deed. Sir Deluge was to turn and flee as our chain of command crumbled. And as for this knight, he failed to catch his knight commander. He must have looked a coward too. Thus came the time for penance, and this knight, why, he insisted on the only course of action reasonable. He insisted on a sentence to the downside. And, as you can plainly see, his wish was then fulfilled. How absurd that he should re-encounter his old knight commander here soon after. Thus did this knight become obliged once more to Sir Deluge. We took to the waters of the Sea of Solace, where soon we met the Pyrehearts, a triumvirate exclusive to our kind. It was plain to see that they lacked a wherewithal, and Sir Deluge, they thought he could provide it, the leadership they sought, and his was too much of a coward to decline. As for this knight, being of the Sea Dominion, he had little choice but to comply, or so at first he thought. When he encountered you and the Nightwings, something awakened within him. With so little honor left to lose and so much left to gain, it became eminently clear that this knight stood a better chance within your ranks than those of Sir Deluge. And there is little left to say. This knight cannot escape his past, and yet he chooses to believe that he was spared that day not merely by coincidence. Perhaps under King Ores has yet plans in store, in which this knight may play a part. This night he clings, however vainly, to that hope. He slithers away, his head bowed low. It seems best to leave him be for now. You sense he feels relieved at having shared all of this. So yeah, that's the roster bio updated for Sir Gilman. And as it turns out, there was no crime. And motive is not applicable because basically Sir Gilman volunteered for exile rather than actually being cast down as because of a crime. So like basically Sir Gilman, just like Say, is innocent. And Tizo, of course, because Tizo was born in the not underside, downside. Yeah. That's basically a good motivator for us to actually bring Gilman back home, because Gilman really does not belong here in the slightest. To be fair, there are many here that don't really belong. Like, I suppose, like, technically we belong here because we committed a crime and our crime was literacy. And I think there are others here. Of course, we don't know about Rookie and we don't know about Jody. And we don't know about Pamitha. We know Hedwin is here because of a crime. And to be fair, Hedwin is probably like the most deserving of being here, because like Hedwin's crime actually resulted in death of others, whereas Sir Gilman obviously came here just because he lost his honor in his own eyes, and Xei, on the other hand, is here just because of vagrancy. We'll figure out how the other people ended up here eventually. And Ridge of Gold. En route to the Ridge of Gold, the wagon comes to a sudden halt. That does it. I am leaving. The cause of Jodariel's outburst soon becomes apparent. Well, Rita, darling, at least some of us know how to take a joke, wouldn't you say? Look, she was reminiscing once again about her soldier days, and I just happened to point out, I may have suggested the fiery destruction of the Spiral Sanctum happened on her former unit's watch. I mean, didn't it? Not that she would have made much of a difference had she been there herself. She ought to thank the saint that she was spared by her exile here. I thought she held no love for your Commonwealth. I shall never understand what it is your people ever saw in that dreadful place. But I guess I hit a sore spot. I should probably apologize. She swoops off. There is no sign of either of them. You organize a small search. It proves fruitless, but then Jodariel returns alone as if nothing happened. She is back to her calm self. Let us continue. I regret the interruption. Amita soon comes back as well. Oh, don't worry, darling. I have definitely patched things up between us. Honest. At least, I think perhaps I didn't make things worse. She returns to her business in the wagon. You make ready to resume your travels, but make a note to follow up with them. Yeah, I think Pamita realized there that, like, she was being a bit obnoxious, you know, pointing that kind of stuff out. I suppose it was meant to be a joke, but, like, Jodie, of course, took it pretty bad. Okay, hello there, Pamita. You find Pamita in the midst of a heated conversation. Let me guess. Jodie and Pamita are not having much fun here. All I'm saying is we're limited not only by we're not I can't read. All I'm saying is we're limiting not only our own chances individually, but all our friends' chances as well. Is Pamita actually going to make a reasonable argument with Jodie? Jodariel seems to be considering whatever it is that Pamita proposed. Rita, the harp here is suggesting that perhaps it would be best if I were to form an alliance with the ones whom I fought for the better part of my life. Just with me, Jodariel. I can't vouch for anybody else. How utterly absurd. If we were in the Commonwealth, I would not have stayed my hand against her. That I can say for certain. However, as Hedwyn would say, what happened back there, perhaps none of that matters anymore. What matters more is that we do what we do from here. They're actually. Okay, well then. That is to say, I am willing to give it a shot. You mean you would be willing to conduct the rites with me? Yes. Oh well, that's actually good. Excellent. I knew that you would come around. Thought she'd never come around, but I ought to give her the benefit of the doubt here. I'm grateful for your open-mindedness. Mindedness. I cannot really read today. No need to let old enmities between our ancestors ruin things between us, or the others in our little party for that matter. After all, do not push it with me, Harp. We shall see if the reader here is thus inclined to pair us in the coming rites. I am willing to defer to him. Grateful for your open mind test, yes. Anyway, you see, I think I managed to make amends here. Doubtless we'll get on swimmingly in no time. Hope for the best. So from now on, Jodie and Pamita are actually a legitimate pair as far as the rights go. Should we actually try that? Technically we have Jodie and Rookie as a potential pair because both have hope for the next one. We could bring in a trio of Rookie, Jodie, and Pamita though. Anyway, let's sell our stuff. Hey guys, say what are you guys doing all the way back here? You know it's not so bad here. I was thinking I got some pretty good stuff. I think you ought to check it out. Thanks, Falkenron. I am going to sell you a tasty downberry. Enjoy. Is there actually anything here that I might want to get rid of? Or do I just want to increase my... Ash and coal is actually already decent. Okay, what is the situation? We have a rookie here. Yes. Oh, we're probably going to want to bring Jody in. Sadly, Jody's face is currently blocking the enlightenment bar. But like the funny thing is, like with everyone else, the bar is, well, I suppose with Pamitha it's not really visible, but when Jody comes here, blocks it completely. Will you actually use Xay's anklets? I don't think so. I might be able to just sell it off. And I'm thinking like the fairy spirits with Headwind might be good. Oh, but there's also the gold spracer is actually a more reasonable, because when that aura hits, it's basically going to be infinite stamina for 2 seconds anyway. So that doesn't really pair well with Headwind either. And to be fair, I want the Righteous Flame as on, like, I want some sort of a leech mechanic on as many of these guys as possible, because I just need the regain. Like, although the jumps might be better, I feel like it's better for us to leech off the enemy. And the Luminous Idol for instant stamina, it's better than that. I think I'm going to sell the anklet. But there's also the fact that it is a special thing, right? I don't really want to sell off legendaries. You know what? I'm going to sell that. Can any of these be upgraded? Rookie stuff could be upgraded, but these are not going to be that fantastic anyway. I'm going to buy a little bit of Stardust at least, I think. Ash and Nicole is at max level. Quickness could be improved upon. And the Righteous Flame could be better. So I'm going to probably upgrade the Righteous Flame with like a scoop of Stardust. So that's going to be 9 Pyre restored every time. Pamitha is not really a good pick in this instance. It's okay, but not really the greatest, because our opponents will be flying. But I kind of want to like do a trio here of Pamitha, Jody, and Rookie. Rookie is not going to get any kind of a bonus, and neither is Pamitha. Jody is going to get a bonus. Alternatively, we could get Sir Gilman on the board. Sir Gilman plus Pamitha plus Jody. And just be super fast. Let's figure that stuff out. That's how you get a repeat customer there, Dad. You give him a deal. Thanks, Ron. Onwards to the rites. The afternoon is just beginning to give way to nightfall as you and your companions finish making preparations for the coming rite. Through all the ceremony, you realize Pamitha is nowhere to be found. The last anybody saw of her was shortly after the Black Wagon came to rest here at the Ridge of Gull. She returns just as you are beginning to plan a search for her. Sorry to have worried you there, Rita darling. I'm just getting a little antsy is all. Had to go and spread my wings a bit, and shake away the nerves. She's holding something back. Don't you get in my head, I'm telling you the truth, damn it. Damn you, Rita, get out. Anyhow, it looks as if the show's about to start. I shall be in the field with the others. As Pamitha departs, you see she is right, as the stars above begin to shine. You know she is about to face her sister, Tamitha, once again. You accept that this is a very private matter between them. This might be actually a chance for for us to resolve this whole Pamitha thing. Because this is going to keep biting us in the butt if we don't fix this. Okay, so what do we want? Limbless is not necessarily bad. We want to avoid... These ones are not going to have much of an aura. Well, they are going to have an aura, because they are fairly big creatures. And they do fairly low-ish damage, I think. Sort of... They're going to do the same as Pamitha, which is like medium to low-ish damage. So the Alanthius is not necessarily that bad. We definitely don't want to give them any quickness. And I don't necessarily want to give them extras. We can offset Endriga the Widow. Extra stamina, they are going to fly, so that's bad. And I do want them to be banished. So I think I'm going to go with Bielanthius, the Tattered Mantle, and Limbless Arizek and Endriga. I think we're going to be able to offset this stuff.
Hear me, you exiles of the Night Wings.
The 8 scribes summon you to the Ridge of Gaul.
The adversaries you are to confront shall be
The essence.
snuff out their Pyre's flame and show your worth. Now, prepare yourselves.
Will do. The winged exiles of the Essence take position opposite to your companions, and their leader soon asserts herself. Pamitha, come forth. No trickery this time. She appears as asked, though remains silent as her blood sister studies her for a time. Tamitha then reaches for her mask. You look weary to me, sister. Oh, too little sleep, I guess. I do get rather anxious sometimes. The night before one of these things. It can be a lot of pressure. Understandable. The two of them say nothing for a time. You cannot discern what they are thinking. The Hiving Remnants all seem to be very mentally acute, trained as they are from birth. Soon enough, Pamitha cuts through the tension, her tone light as ever. So, giving further thought to my proposal then. I have. And I think that now is not the time for talk. Besides, your comrades here, surely you give them pause. Even now they must be questioning your loyalty. What? But I... Oh, cut it with the stammering, Pamitha. It is very unbecoming. You know that. And you be sure to tell those comrades of yours that what you propose to me. She dons her mask once more. As he rejoins the other exiles of the Essence, Pamitha hesitates before returning to your group. I told her she could take my place, and I would keep her up to date about our progress, and that she could take my place if ever it was time for me to go. But you do not have to worry. For one thing, she refused, and for another, well, I'd better tell you later. For now, remember, you can count on me.
Who shall strive for freedom?
Okay, do we want to trust Pamitha? That is the real question here. I think Jody is an obvious pick.
Jodariel.
We could play Hedwyn and Gilman. Would be a fairly safe pick. Xay wouldn't be bad. And Sir Gilman is pretty much like a decent pick always. Rookie has extra hope. And I think Rookie has the highest hope of everyone here. I think Argentum Age is a very difficult game. Okay, I want to bring in Pamitha though, because of this duo. So let's bring in Pamitha, because these two finally actually want to, you know, play ball. And I think at this point it is a good idea to bring in someone who can be fast. Let's bring in Rookie. Don't really want to get in the middle of this mess, but hey, but what the hey, you got it, chum. Face us, Wastrels of the Commonwealth. The pain and loss of your defeat this night shall reverberate not only in your hollow hearts, but in the homeland that abandoned you. Are you quite sure it has to be this way then, sister? There is no compromise here, Pamitha. Not for traitors to my country or my blood. I understand. Then so be it. Okay.
Begin.
Okay, get sniped to hell and back. Ah, damn it. Oh, damn it.
Bathes first within the Nightwing's flame.
You'll have to do better than that, you Commonwealth plebs. Damn it. Ah, damn it.
A bit of a blunder.
Nope.
Oh.
All banished.
Ah, damn it, I didn't fly fast enough. Okay, we are going to need Rookie for this.
Absolution.
Ah, damn it. I forgot that they would actually know how to deal with me because they are fucking flying creatures.
Too slow there, Pamitha.
Oh, damn it. Ah, frick.
All three Nightwings.
I seriously cannot play Pamitha. This might end badly for us.
Their flame has died a little.
Okay, Rookie, make me proud. Ah, damn it. Why did you stop running? Oh, no, 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 no.
Now there's a proper dousing.
Okay, yeah, Rookie needs to go in right now. No, 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 no. Oh.
It is done. The essence prevails.
This is not going to go well with Jody. Not at all.
Effortlessly, I might add. Perhaps your fortune shall be better next time.
You and the Nightwings have experienced your first defeat, but this is not the end. Rather, this is an opportunity for you and your fellow exiles to press onward. Jodariel, for example, learned a valuable lesson this night. So too has Pamitha, not in spite of the setback with the essence, but because of it. And Rookie is no exception. He has gained more insight here as well. Your fellow exiles all shall gain enlightenment and learn, and grow from what transpired. And so your story shall continue. The choice of whether to accept such outcomes now and all throughout your quest is to be yours alone, except it isn't, because I have to accept the outcome. Unimpressive, Pamitha. What good is your offer to show me favor in the liberation right if I could just prevail against your comrades on my own? They will be different then, though I suppose you won't reconsider. You know that I cannot. You were always obstinate, but in that regard, and all others which counts for anything, you are inferior to me. Remember that. Yep, this is the first defeat of this particular playthrough. What you offered is meaningless to me. I shall free myself without your help, or that of anyone. Now then, farewell. Wait, what of your comrades, the Essence? You must need them at least. Mincing my words as ever, Pamitha. Know that I do love you, in a way. Is that what you wish to hear? But my purpose is plain, and you stand in its way. You're a fool to think my freedom is my goal. My freedom is a means towards an end. Toward an end the likes of which you would never abide. Do you think that you could sway me from my purpose, Pamitha? Pamitha remains silent for a time. No. I think that you will struggle to destroy the Commonwealth, no matter what it takes. No matter if, in doing so, you are destroyed instead. Just so. So then, you understand me after all. Pamitha does not turn to watch her blood sister depart.
The rites do tend to teach something of trust.
Yep, I think Jody might not be happy about that at all.
Until the next rite.
So, not the outcome we were hoping for exactly, Jody darling. Hope is not something I dwell upon at this point, Harp. This outcome was predictable. Then you'll go back to refusing to conduct the rites with me, is that it? I did not say that. Our failure this night does not fall solely on your shoulders. I was not accustomed to your presence. Room for improvement then. Sorry for the outcome anyway. Though, maybe next time, Well, I guess that's not too bad. Jody isn't completely and horrendously unhappy about the fact that we just lost our first rite. Back at the wagon, after suffering defeat by the Essence in a rather one-sided event, you are about to join the others discussing the outcome when Wolfred finds you. I trust you did what you deemed necessary there, my boy. Though I admit I would have liked to see a different outcome. Now I'm afraid I need a bit of time from you, for there is something you should see. Please join me outside. Look forth. The golden star reveals itself to us once more. Indeed. Somewhere deep in the infinite dark, a single star shines brighter than the rest. The path to freedom reveals itself again. Onwards to Solium then, but I think at this point we're going to meet the Essence. Yeah, because we lost the Essence, got pushed up way beyond the others. So my attempt to knock them down was actually a failure. So that means the Essence will meet us in the Liberation Rite. So that means next time we're going to have to be more careful. Way more careful. The rites are calling you again to the fall of Solium, where one among you may go free, should you prevail. It is as we discussed. The cycle of rites is beginning to turn more quickly. Perhaps the scribes themselves have taken notice. Fortunately, having more frequent opportunities to free ourselves is not unwelcome to our plan. I suppose it is good for everyone, including the Essence, who will oppose us next. Getting to Mount Olodium ought to be a little easier than before, at least. We should be able to make a landing near to some of the old monuments to the scribes. Let's set forth at dawn. Soon everyone is off to rest as best they are able, knowing that another chance at liberty for one of them shall soon present itself. Okay, let's see what kind of I'm probably going to be bashed. Oh, Pamitha. Huh. Despite Pamitha's mental conditioning, you can tell something is troubling her. She won't listen to a word I say. Not a damn word. If she weren't my blood sister, I should think I'd hate her guts as much as she hates mine. She shakes her head. I should apologize. To you and everyone. I sought out Tamitha without asking your leave. Figured I would rather seek forgiveness than permission, you understand? My attempts with Tamitha didn't amount to much, as you well saw. So at this point, I'm hopeful you'll be more accepting of apologies than she. Now tell me something, Rita darling. Do you suppose I'm going to betray you? You may know better than I do at this point. At this point, I'm not 100% sure. The thing is, the Essence are going to be at the Liberation Rite, so if Pamitha does want her sister to go free, then this is the chance. I guess I'm going to say I trust her, but I might actually just leave her out of the rite. You expressed to Pamitha that you do not view her efforts to make peace with Tamitha as being contradictory to the group's larger goals. You understand why she did what she did. She says nothing for a while. That's kind of you to say, darling. May the others see it with such generosity, but if they don't, you need but tell me to depart, and I'll be on my way. However, I have a promise that I wish to make to you. You let me stay, and I'll see this through. With all of you, no matter where we end up. I'll be on the roof for a bit, I think. You take care too, darling. Despite Pamitha's disappointment with the outcome of her confrontation with her blood sister, you sense she is less troubled now, after your brief conversation. Yeah, I'm really not going to let her in to the rites. The Liberation Rite is too important for the plan, she's not going to spoil it for me. Plus, that combination of Jodie, Pamitha, and Rookie really did not pay off. It's because I suck at playing Pamitha. I've completely lost the ability to play any of the flying characters. Makes me almost want to get her out, but we need the enlightenment first before we can even consider that.